2012. He's just been reelected for his sixth term, and he represents Ward 18. Sal, third officer. Please come on, Sal. Take on third officer, please.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you. Sal Nicola, Walter Ward 18, third officer. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome again. I am so pleased to be part of this effort to add this memorial plaque to honor our veterans past, present, and future. As Memorial Day starts out as Decoration Day, so it is good that we are adding a new decoration this year. By adding this, we hope that people, when they visit City Hall, take a moment to reflect and give thanks. They should be. For those in our country that were willing to volunteer, to sacrifice themselves so that we could be safe. None of our veterans who serve should be struggling. They should not be struggling to be sheltered or to be fed. They are willing to give all so we can take care of, so let us take care of our veterans. Let me say again, let's take care of our veterans. All who serve, please stand. All veterans that serve, please stand. I also want to thank everyone who played a role in making this happen today. Thank you to everyone on the program. Thanks to Fuster staff, Jim Gronkowski for the engineering, Strong Cohen for the design, and for Ad Perkins for the plaque, and of course, all of you. So I want to thank everybody again for what they did for this. It's a great moment for New Haven. We are now completed a wall that will be dedicated forever to the veterans of our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Sal. Appreciate it. Next up, I'm going to invite Honorable Mayor Justin Elder to the podium. Mayor Elder has been an ardent supporter of this process since he took office. Mayor, please.
Thank you, Robert. Always good to see you back at City Hall. And I'm disappointed this Memorial Day I've shared with you all, Charlie, Robert, Frank, and others on the advisory committee. Ever since I've been here, I'm disappointed that I have a conflict this time around. So Regina Rush-Kittle, who is also there, will be there. I'm always very grateful that we are so collaborative with the city on this very important occasion to reflect on our veterans. I also wanted to acknowledge the alders that are here. It's always good to see you, Alder Punzo. Of course, we saw a few years from Alder Nicola, Alder Furlow, and President Walker Myers are here joining us as well. As we approach Memorial Day, I think it's appropriate to take this time to honor those who have served in our nation's armed forces, especially those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And on Memorial Day, we not only honor those individuals that we have lost, but their families who, I'm sure in so many ways, have struggled on behalf of our country, experience that loss, to protect us and support us as a nation. And I think oftentimes, I was reflecting on what I was going to say today, we say things like the ultimate sacrifice, we say things like that people have served our country, repeatedly enough that I worry that it becomes almost words without understanding the true meaning of what the importance is of preserving religion and democracy that we are so fortunate to have. And then we think about what's going on in Ukraine and the aggression that Russia has on Ukraine, and that there are individuals leading countries out there like Russia that have a massive amount of power, and that we really, truly cannot take our liberties for granted. You think about the threat of China and the potential for a similar situation with China. And it is these real things today that we are seeing going around in our globe, the instability, the race and aggression that make us, I think, more aware and cognizant of the potential for our liberties to be at risk. And so as we reflect on those that have given their lives in the past, we too should reflect on how many individuals today are ready to protect us and continue our ability to be a free nation, be safe, and be a community that welcomes everyone. We are grateful for your service. We are grateful that you continue to remind us of the importance of our veterans who have given everything for us, and of how fortunate we are for people like veterans to protect us and give us the safety and security.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We all know how busy you are, so we appreciate you taking the time out to reflect with those positive, encouraging remarks. Next on the agenda is the president of the New Haven Board of Aldermen, the Honorable Paige Walker Myers. She joined the board in 2015. She's currently in her fourth term. She represents the board 23 years in New Haven. The Honorable Paige Walker Myers.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Just a little correction. I actually joined the board before that, became president in 2015. And I'm very proud of it.
Thank you.
I am honored and humbled to be here today to celebrate with you all the unveiling of the plaque for the veterans. These are the unsung heroes who made a conscious decision to selflessly go represent our country. We know democracy is important. We see it under attack in many different ways in this country, and this is really important. And they make that decision knowing coming back home, come back with a lot of baggage. I also think we should do what we need to do for our veterans. We should offer support in any ways we can. It's not easy going to fight for democracy, and we all know that. And I'm really honored to be here today because it takes a lot to leave your children and your family to go do a service that you know you might not come back home. And a lot of times we think of the President of the United States and elected officials and teachers and everyone else as heroes. But these are truly our unsung heroes, and I'm honored to give them their respect for past, present, and future veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, President Walker Myers. Appreciate it. Next to the podium, I'm going to call the Honorable Richard Furlow, Majority Leader for the New Haven Board of Aldermen. Majority Leader effective 2018, entering your third term.
one of our starting points when we do a tours. And it's a point of interest, a very important point of interest, part of the history of our nation, that is vital for the next generation to acknowledge and to also respect. Jesus said, "Greater love has no man than this, when he laid down his life for his friends." The veterans have shown, the soldiers have shown us that they are friends of this country because greater love loves them. Keep us safe, as the mayor said, and also protect us. I would also like to just thank the board for spearheading this, tremendous acknowledgement for our veterans, our President Myers for leading it, and the mayor for his participation. And I'm looking forward to this later and see what this looks like as we remember our veterans. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker, before I bring the general to the podium, let me give you some background about this very decorated soldier and veteran. Governor Lamont reappointed Major General Francis Ebon Jr. as the Adjutant General of the Connecticut National Guard. The general has served in the role since July 2018. Major General Ebon has more than 30 years of military service and leadership experience. Prior to being appointed Adjutant General, he was Assistant Adjutant General of the Connecticut Army National Guard and Deputy Commissioner of the Connecticut Military Department. Major General Ebon began his military career in 1985 as an enlisted anti-tank crewman in the Combat Support Company, 2nd Battalion, 102nd Infantry of the Connecticut National Guard. He was commissioned through the Army Reserve Officers Training Corps in 1989. He has held command leadership positions in the company, battalion, and brigade levels. He served as a commander of the 1st Battalion, 102nd Military in Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom from November 2009 to November 2010. He has earned numerous awards and decorations throughout his career, including the Legion of Merit Award for his exceptional meritorious conduct, the Bronze Star Medal for his service in Combat Zone, and the National Defense Service Medal, a Bronze Star. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Finance from the University of Connecticut and a Master's of Strategic Studies from the U.S. Army War College. The Adjutant General is responsible to the governor and the chief of the National Guard Bureau for providing operational training, equipped, and mission-ready forces to support both U.S. mobilization requirements and state emergency operations to include developing and coordinating counterterrorism and domestic preparedness contingencies. The Adjutant General implements policy, programs, and plans as a direct link to all state-assigned National Guard resources, providing information and evaluation issues, resolutions, and action recommendations. Please help me welcome Major General Ebon.
Thank you to the entire team. You know, none of that happened. The accolades don't go to me. This is a team sport, and none of that happens without a great group of men and women who today have raised their right hand to volunteer to do something larger than themselves. So really, the credit, any credit, it goes to me, it belongs to the team, and we have some of our members here today. And also, it's great to see the junior ROTC members from Hillhouse High School, because they are the future. They will defend us in the future. And we do live in a volatile world, as you heard. And as and I'm going to go way off the rest of the steps, they may be doing some cheetah looks. I apologize. But, you know, as a former, you heard, I came up as an anti-tank gunner and when I first enlisted. So very unique to see what's going on in Ukraine. And a ton of respect to the mayor and the president and others for realizing, because most the average citizens do not realize the threats that we face from both China and Russia. And you're seeing that play out. So Mayor, Board of Elders, Veteran Affairs Advisory Committee, distinguished guests, fellow service members, fellow veterans, families, friends, Robert, Frank, thanks and good afternoon. I'm humbled and honored to represent the 5,000 men and women of the Connecticut National Guard here today. And really honored that New Haven is recognizing the veterans and honor the city's fallen just ahead of Memorial Day. New Haven is the home of the Iron Grays. For the longest time, the 1st Battalion, 102nd Infantry was on Gulf Street, long distinguished history, one of our oldest units. They're now on Woodward Avenue, the Joint Reserve Center. It's the only combat arms unit and the largest combat arms unit that we have in the Connecticut Guard inventory. I had the opportunity and the privilege to serve, as you heard, and bring that unit to Afghanistan. They just returned from a deployment to the Horn of Africa. They've done great work. They set the example, as all of our military citizen soldiers nearly do, day in and day out. So I'm proud of the military tradition that we have here in this great city that spans back to before the founding fathers of our nation. We go all the way back with our second company, Governors Foot Guard. There's a very distinguished history, and we're proud to be part of that. So that's part of the background. As we go into Memorial Day, we heard Declaration Day, and it's a great honor that we're going to decorate town hall on behalf of veterans and service members who made the ultimate sacrifice. In fact, soldiers from our Connecticut National Guard Funeral Honors team this week will conduct gravesite maintenance and lay wreaths like we always do each Memorial Day weekend at the final resting places of our Connecticut Guardsmen lost during the global war on terror. In proclaiming that first Decoration Day in 1868, General Logan, National Commander of the Grand Army of the Republic, wrote that we should not only remember those who died in defense of their country, but also to renew our pledges to aid and assist those whom they have left among us and the widows and orphans left behind. So I don't know if we have any Gold Star families here today, but I would ask you to please stand if you are to be recognized. But we honor those who served with this plaque, but we also honor those who paid a very personal price for all of us and our nation, our Gold Star families. I'm aware of at least 3 families from the city of New Haven that gave their lives for our nation during the global war on terror. Staff Sergeant Thomas Vignano, Private First Class Andre Craig, both in Iraq, and Major Raymond Estelle II in Afghanistan. Back in 2005, we worked very hard to ensure that their lives were not lost, to ensure that we've got our political leaders attending those funerals, and I know for sure that was 2 of those 3 funerals. Also significant, again, from the 102nd, our own Staff Sergeant Joe Sano, who was stationed right in the New Haven Armory, was killed in action in 2006 in Afghanistan. So again, I express to our Gold Star families, to all of them on behalf of all of us present today, we are humbled by their sacrifice, inspired by their resilience, and grateful for their continued service to the community. In total, 7 Connecticut sons and daughters gave their lives in the Gulf War, 65 in the global war on terror, and many more returned injured or incomplete with those silent wounds that we often doesn't get too much attention, that we need to commit, as Raymond said before me, some resources to veterans with the silent wounds. To all of our veterans in the audience, I say thank you for your courage and commitment to our nation. Thank you for protecting the country, our freedom, and our way of life. And to our Vietnam veterans, I say welcome and thank you. You truly paved the way so that service members today like us are not disrespected and are treated properly. So thank you to the Vietnam veterans in the office here today. This Memorial Day, I hope that you can remember the link as the post 9/11 generation and the generation coming now, with all generations that have come before us, who selflessly served our country and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Many will only remember this holiday as the beginning of summer with hot dogs and hamburgers and picnics. So I truly appreciate the time and effort going into this event and to the city of New Haven for honoring those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. But I have two asks. The first is if you know a close-up family or a surviving family, let them know that you remember them, their service member, and are grateful for the service that they and the families have given to the country. Thank them for their sacrifice. And secondly, if you're able, I would mention on behalf of the city of New Haven, please come out on Sunday, May 29th, Vietnam Veterans Memorial. I believe that's at 1 p.m., 1500. And then to the World War Memorial at the Common Green at 3 p.m. to pay tribute for a memorial weekend. It's very important that we continue to educate citizens of Connecticut and the citizens of our region on the service of our members. One of the issues that we have is that we're disconnected from the average citizen, and that's why Connecticut Guard and guardsmen and women in general are connected in their local community. But as time goes by, there's a percentage less proportion of service members who have aunts and dads and uncles and aunts and relatives who served in the military. So it's very important that we honor these traditions and pay ultimate respect. And lastly, on Memorial Day, as I said, it's a time to honor our commitment to never forget those who served and sacrificed for America. And today, we do that once again. I'm very thankful for remembering our fellow service members and their selfless service. Thank you for the opportunity to participate today, and remember, forever love, forever love. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In closing, I want to bring up once again, our chairman, Frank Alvarado, from the Veterans Affairs Advisory Council. Frank?
Daryl, thank you very much for your very good. Thank you all for being here with us this morning, afternoon. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we have in the audience representatives from Senator Blumenthal's office, Joe Rodriguez, and Dustin Harrison, rather. Thank you for being here, and from Congresswoman DeLore's office, Alexa Brown. Thank you for being here, and to all of you who are here, thank you very much. This is greatly appreciated. Members of the Veterans Affairs Advisory Committee, thank you for joining us and being part of this event. So with that, we'll go around the corner and have the official unveiling.
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
Do you need this now?
yeah, no, I'm gonna need it for a few, man. I gotta look up on this thing over here. Get this one.
Charlie, please.
Cord. Yeah. If you can hold this one.
All right, ready on 3, 2, 1. Thank you all for coming. And as the general said, visit us on Sunday at the V at 1 o'clock and here at City Hall at 3 o'clock. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, in honor of those who faithfully served on land, sea, and air, we are forever grateful for your dedication, commitment, service, sacrifice, and your willingness to pay the ultimate price. All gave some gave all.